when I met my teacher, meditation teacher, he said, Rinpoche, don't be like dog, chasing after everything comes in the mind and everything comes in life, whether it's happiness or whether it's good or bad, or especially unhappiness things. And be like a lion that you look in towards your mind and pause, and then you cherish the moment. So that example is actually one of the most important example that actually gives me to think. So for me, my own personally is that I love to think being very kind to everything. Water, how the water came up, how the people, the plane drove. I don't like to think everything I'm here right now because of me. I think I came here because of every small situations come together. And when I cherish this, actually I become much more present in being happy. And that happiness is actually quite cheap. I don't need to pay a lot of money. And it's very live and very respectful. And the most important, happiness with humbleness. And you don't need to be humble. Naturally, byproduct of that is being happy with the humbleness comes up. And you are the most person who going to be enjoy in these happy moments, holidays.
So coming back to the story of the lion and the dog that Rinpoche was talking about just a moment ago, when you throw a stone at a dog chases the stone. When you throw a stone at the lion's not going to chase the stone. It's going to turn and look who threw the stone. And as the stone thrower, you're either going to run away or you're going to get eaten. But either way, there's no more stones. So this is the idea that the backbone of the entire book is this metaphor, how to be more and more of a lion and less of a dog. Because if we look, we're always having a sense impression and thinking, I like this, I don't like that, and then thinking about that, and thinking about that, and thinking about that. And as these habitual thoughts come, they become quite strong in our mind. Everybody's had this kind of anxious looping thought that they just can't disengage from. And it happens a lot during the holidays, doesn't it? It's somehow the stress of getting all the presents, and even though we're really looking forward to being with our family and friends, there's so much to do in preparation, plus we have our normal daily activities. So it's quite common in those situations that our normal habitual stressors come up and our thoughts that are the looping thoughts come up. And these looping thoughts are often a kind of comparison. Me versus how I think things should be, how I think I should be, or me versus how somebody else is. And these comparisons are rarely flattering. They're usually some kind of self-denigration. So it's very, very simple. At that moment when we catch ourselves doing it, we can just do a simple exercise with our breath. As we breathe in, we can think, I'm happy with who I am. As we breathe out, we can think, I'm happy with what I have. Breathing in, I'm happy with who I am. Breathing out, I'm happy with what I have. Doesn't matter in the beginning if you're faking it, but just repeating it again and again and again. Probably in as soon as 5 minutes, the looping thoughts start to subside. It may come back later, but just give yourself the break. I'm happy with who I am. I'm happy with what I have. This simple practice will make a big difference in dealing and coping with all the stress of the holiday season.